Each tamer has different aptitudes in their styles. Yang walked through the student ranks, his stone behemoth's markings gleaming in the morning light. Master Lin and I have decided it's time to adapt the training according to your natural strengths for the beginning of the second month. But before you ask, he smiled at seeing the confused faces, his expression knowing. We will decide which category you fit best in. Lin began moving among the students with practiced grace, pointing to different areas of the field. Her crane's feathers shimmered as she moved. Attackers, with Professor Yang, she indicated, her voice carrying clear across the field. Speedsters, with me. Defensive types, to the east area. Range mages, to the west. The field became a flurry of movement as students began shifting to their assigned areas, some looking pleased with their categorization, others less so. While the professors assigned groups, Taro edged closer to Ren. Hey, about Wei's class. Luna asked you about the method? Ren didn't even seem surprised, as if he had expected this development. Was it wrong that I told her? No problem, Ren shrugged. You can talk openly about it. It's not like it's a secret. Besides, Luna helped me once. Patinder, Lin called out. To the attackers group. Strength? Several students laughed, their voices thick with mockery. The rotting boy? I'm a speed type, and I have more strength augment than him. More laughter rippled through the crowd. His strength is better than you think, Lin winked, a knowing smile playing on her lips. A month of training works wonders. Taro was assigned to the defensive group, his beetle's natural affinity for protection making him an obvious choice, while Min joined the range mages with his water snake. The class continued with specific exercises for each group. Ren discovered that, indeed, his month of training with Lin had prepared him well for the strength exercises. Each movement felt more natural, more powerful than before. By the end of the session, Yang gathered all students again, his behemoth's presence commanding attention. As you know, the final exam will include eliminating a real monster. His voice turned serious, resonating with experience. But that's only half the test. Students exchanged confused looks, whispers spreading through the crowd. A tamer must know more than just hunting beasts, he continued, his eyes scanning the gathered students. Battles against other tamers from the enemy kingdom are equally important, if not more so. Lin stepped forward. That's why we'll begin team practices next month. You have this month to form groups of 3. Can we choose anyone? Someone asked from the crowd. As long as they're maximum separated by 1 cultivation level at the time of exam, Lin confirmed, her eyes scanning the gathering. Looks began flying across the field as students mentally cataloged potential teammates. Jin was already gathering his followers, their beasts manifesting partially in excitement, while Klein seemed to gravitate toward Luna, who studied the distant mountains with pointed indifference. Ren, Taro, and Min exchanged glances. They didn't need words to know they would team up together, even if it meant facing technically stronger groups. Their month of working together in the mines had already forged a natural understanding between them. One warning, Yang's voice cut through the murmurs. Choose based on compatibility and strategy, not raw power. I've seen teams of weak beasts defeat supposedly superior groups just by having better coordination. His gaze briefly rested on Ren and his friends before continuing. Remember, you have a month to practice together and choose. Use that time wisely. As the students dispersed, Ren couldn't help but smile. An attacker, a defender, and a range mage. Maybe they weren't the strongest team, but they could definitely be a balanced one. Hygiene isn't just about appearance. Professor May drew diagrams on the board. The same principles we use to keep our bodies clean apply to food preservation. Ren observed with genuine interest. As a cook's son, he found the connections between body care and preservation techniques fascinating. For example, May pointed to an illustration. Just as sweat can create an environment conducive to infections on our skin, incorrect moisture can ruin perfectly good food. The class continued with practical examples that Ren meticulously noted down. Many concepts reminded him of techniques he'd seen his parents use, though now he better understood the science behind them. When they reached crystal class, Professor Song made an announcement that caught everyone's attention. "Today, we'll begin with gathering theory," he explained, "though those who prefer to continue with practice can head to the mines." "What do you prefer to do?" Ren asked his friends. Min and Taro exchanged doubtful looks. "Gathering theory sounds important," Min began. "But we also need more crystals," added Taro. "You can stay for today," Ren suggested. "I'll go to the mines." "Alone?" Taro seemed worried for a moment, but then remembered something. "Though, now that I think about it, in a month, you haven't had a single accident down there." "It's true," Min nodded. "You haven't even stepped on a trap by accident, and some are well hidden." "Knowledge has its advantages," Ren smiled. "I'll be fine." From a few rows back, Jin observed the conversation with malicious interest. He leaned toward his group, whispering something that made them smile. "Are you sure you'll be fine?" Taro insisted. "Perfectly." Ren was already packing his things. "You learn the theory. We can compare notes later." As Ren left, Jin and his two cronies also stood up. "Professor," Jin smiled innocently, "we also prefer practice today." Song watched them with some suspicion but nodded. "Just remember to report your findings." Min and Taro watched Ren leave, followed at a distance by Jin and his group. They exchanged a worried look, but reminded themselves that so far, Ren had proven to know the mines better than anyone. "He'll be fine," Taro murmured, though it wasn't clear if he was trying to convince Min or himself. "After all, he's the expert, right?" Jin's group's suppressed laughter didn't help calm their worries.
Wait, that's not the end. You've just had a free taste. Now get the full story on the Pocket FM app, link in description. Check out our next video and playlist, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.